Good morning from the boat. I actually went for a cruise yesterday. I was in Warwick for a little while whilst the handbrake cable had snapped. Not handbrake cable, the throttle cable had snapped. Anyway, that's fixed. I got a bit of a head start yesterday, cruising through the bits I've already filmed through Warwick and Leamington Spa. Managed to do about 5 hours yesterday. Now, over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, I'm hoping to reach Banbury, which is actually 34 locks and 27 miles away. It's on Canal Plan AC, which is like a route thing. I'll put up on the screen the route I'm doing. It's saying it's 2 days and 2.5 hours worth of cruising. But obviously I'm single-handed and I'm filming, so it'll be 2 long days. Looking forward to it. I think I've got about 4 hours now today, just to get me back to nappy pin. Yeah, about 4 hours today to get me back to Napton Junction, which is the bit I turned off of. So there onwards will all be new canals. I'll be joining the South Oxford, which I'm really excited for. And then, yeah, hot foot it tomorrow down towards Banbury if I can. Well, I kind of need to, because how far I'm going, I've forgotten to bring a bike, and so far to get back to where I've parked my van is a 3-hour walk. Very little public transport between the two. I think it's an hour and a half on public transport. If I get to Banbury, there's actually a train station. So 2 big days of cruising, and then I'll be able to get a train back to the van. Simple as that. Right, we might as well get on the move, haven't we? Coming up, I've got 2 locks shortly, and then Stockton flight, which I think is a flight of 8. There may or may not be volunteers this time of year. This is today, 1, 2, and 8 there. Come back down here. This is the way I came up from London. I'll be taking a right instead. Out of here, right, and then down towards Oxford. Also, when I got back over to the boat, looks like someone's hit the side of it flat out, basically. Smashed a load of glasses, loads of things fell off the shelf, spices, herbs, even the fire extinguishers had toppled over. No note or anything left. You can only assume it's a hire boat, not to add. There's nothing wrong with hire boats, but if you're going to rent one, just don't be an idiot, basically. Ran over. I think I'm beached. I'm not sure why we're smoking so much today, although I did get diesel topped up yesterday with 100 litres, so if there's some moisture in the fuel tank, it might have disrupted that a bit, I don't know. We'll just keep going. That's lock 1 of 34 done. Anyway, that's only to Banbury. Probably 100 locks before I get back to the K&A. just pulled in on the South Oxford, literally just came in. The junction's back there somewhere, Napton Junction. Did manage to get some volunteer help up through Stockton Flight, which is really handy, but they did say I was very optimistic, or I can't remember what, but about reaching Banbury tomorrow. They said you'd be, I can't remember the word they used, ambitious. They said I'd be very ambitious to reach Banbury tomorrow. It's about 20 past 1. I'm hoping to get to Fenny Compton tonight, which is about 8 locks away, but a few miles. 4.5 hours walking past 8 locks at 10 minutes a lock, so it's going to be a long day. Might as well do beer of the week. Huge thank you to Boys Ahoy. I'll pop their Instagram here somewhere. They left this on the boat for me. It's from Sandringham, Norfolk brewed golden IPA, and it's actually from the King's Estate. Right, have a read there. Can you read it? Pause that and read it if you want. Plastic cups. I've not got many glasses left now. Can't afford to lose any more. Ooh. Oh, that's so good. I don't know where they managed to pick that up from, but that is gorgeous. Welcome to the South Oxford anyway. Just coming through a little town called Napton. John actually told me about a cider place here, which I am very tempted with, but it doesn't open till 3 and it's only 10 past 2. I can't really afford to wait around for nearly an hour. But Napton Cidery, if you're coming through, looks really good. Got lock keepers here too, which is nice. Little lock. I think there's 8 to do now. I haven't seen one of these on the side of the canal since the K&A, Bradford-on-Avon. It was to, in case any German forces came up the canal. Probably not the fastest way to invade a country, to be honest, but just finished the last lock of the day, which is quite a nice feeling. Tons of people coming down the opposite direction, heading to Crick, I think, because Crick Festival's this weekend. Is it called Crick Festival? I don't know, but Crick is a boaters festival. So yeah, I've just been making the most of Lock's being set for me basically. It's about 25 past 4, and I've got roughly 3 hours of cruising now. Touch wood, no more locks. I think I've got that right. No more locks now until Fenny Compton, which is where I'm aiming for the night. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7:30, something like that. More up, and then big push tomorrow onto Banbury. Also, I forgot to say, the volunteers earlier on at Stockton flight mentioned that the pound before Banbury was intentionally drained by someone. So there's a big backlog of boats, which is part of the reason they said I was being ambitious to try and get there. But if I can get to Fenny Compton today, touch wood, on Canal plan it did say it was just another day then for Banbury, so we'll see how I get on. But I'm just gonna put the camera down for the evening, I expect. A few more revs, and I'll catch up with you in the morning. Is this the boat that is all over the internet, where the guy basically dug a little canal and then filled it back in overnight so he could get his boat onto his land? You've probably seen it somewhere on the internet, but I'm pretty sure this is the famous boat where the guy's basically cut a hole. Hang on, I'll show you. This is the one. Dug a hole one night, moved the boat in, and then blocked it back off. No way. Bloody hell, I look shattered. I did make it to Fenny Compton last night. Got here about 7 o'clock, just after 7, so I made quite good progress. The wharf itself was absolutely heaving, so I managed to find a little spot just outside of town. And I walked back up to the wharf inn, managed to get myself some fish and chips and a couple of pints, which was a nice treat. Yeah, I'm just having a slower morning today, feel absolutely shattered as I probably look. Managed to have a little read of Waterways World in bed. Thanks to Readly, who are one of the longest standing sponsors of the channel actually. Not had to buy a physical magazine in years. There's over 7,000 different titles, and you can actually get a free 2-month trial by using my link. You can cancel at any time, so there's no risk. I usually keep up to date with Waterways World, which is probably the biggest narrowboat based magazine. There's also loads of others just on narrowboats. If you search narrowboat in the search bar, it'll bring up not only the different magazines but any articles. So say Financial Times does a article on narrowboats, cost of living or whatever, it'll bring that up too, which is really handy. In June's Waterways World, there's actually a couple of articles just on roving traders. I've seen that Holly the cafe boat is up for sale, and there's also a wide beam hotel / cafe also up for sale. I was thinking I'd quite like to do something like that maybe in the future. And there's also a article on the Buddha Barge, which is a floating plant-based restaurant. I actually passed it on the Grand Union on my way up. I think it was closed. I think it was like maybe seasonal. I think it was closed that time, and I'd be quite tempted for a little trip back there. But yeah, if you want to try Readly for yourself, you can use my link. Like I said, get a 2-month free trial. You can cancel at any time, so there's no risk. Anyway, I better get on the move in a sec. I'm just going to have a look how far we've got left. 10 miles, 13 locks today. I'm saying 6 hours, 50 minutes, so we better get on the move. Love being back on a bloody K&A here. We're going that way. Just check the oil and water, or coolant I should say. A bit more coolant wouldn't hurt. Ooh. Oil's good. Tighten the alternator belt. Ow. Lovely. Thank you. Struggling to get through this bit. Silty. First lock of the day. Just stopped for a pizza. I'm about halfway now, which is nice. I've got another 6 locks-ish to do. There's been quite a few people coming the other way, which has been very nice. So managed to just cruise straight into locks and leave locks open while someone else is coming up, which saves a lot of time and aggro when you're single-handed. Been caught out a few times when you open the paddles out, the boat drops down, gets caught up on this bit, it's a bit dodgy, so just pull it back. You put it too far back, it would sit on the sill. Last lock of the day. Love to see it. Lovely project there as well. It would be stiff, wouldn't it? Safe to say I'm pretty bored of locks now. I'm just gotta get a train to go and pick my van up. And I might treat myself a trip to the pub again tonight. Locks bloody appeared. One more there today. Just moored up in Banbury, just fitted in this spot like that. And I also just got shouted at for going too fast past someone. Bearing in mind I was in Tickover, so I thought I'd download the speedometer app that I've used before, and I was in 2 knots. So someone wants you to go past their boat less than 2 knots. Guessing maybe 1 knot. Anyway, on that note, I need to go and pick my van up. Could catch a train in a minute, so I'm only like 15 minutes away from the station here, so it shouldn't be too bad. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons. Don't forget you can check out Readly for free using my link. I think you get 2 months trial, so I'm pretty sure that's right. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you back on the van build.